So during the 2011-2012, my senior year, Olivia and I decided that we were going to follow Johanna, who got promoted over to the Springer Academy building for our agency hours. And what we came up with was that, they could use a lot of PR because they need donations from people, and the money from some of their shows go to building up the Springer Academy, which is this great, awesome thing that all of these kids should really get into. And so what we decided to do was that we would be stilt walkers, and that we would go downtown on Saturdays around 10 o'clock in the morning when they have the big open market, and we would stilt for all of people to see, and we would show everyone our stuff and promote things like Cinderella that was going on at the time, or just getting a look at how the Academy does, because the Academy does offer stilt building and walking lessons. So to do that, we had to plan and initiate activities. We actually recruited Alan Giles and Brooks Bennett, who goes to Northside High School, a couple of times, just so that we would be bigger and a larger group, so we would get noticed for our stilt walking team. And so yeah, we got our lesson from Ron Anderson, who's the man in charge of Spring Opera House, and he basically taught, I didn't know how to stilt at all, personally. Olivia had a little bit of background knowledge, and Bryce didn't know how to stilt either. So Bryce and I decided that we were going to learn how to stilt, and with the help of Ron Anderson. So we developed that new skill of how to stilt. And it was, whoops, dropped my note card. It was really, really challenging for the person who can't walk on two feet straight and stay balanced half the time. It was a really big new challenge that I had to develop that skill for. But working collaboratively, can't say the word at the moment, with Ron and Bryce and Alan and Brooks and Olivia, I learned in a day how to walk on stilts. So it was really awesome. And so we learned how to do that. It was around November the 5th, first weekend of November. So the very next weekend, we decided that we were going to go out and walk on market days. And it was just Olivia and I at the time. And we went out and we sat up on my car, and Olivia helped strap me in, because that was probably the hardest part of walking on stilts, was making sure that you were strapped in all the way and getting up. So she helped me up, and we walked on our stilts down on Broadway Saturday morning, and we ran into a bunch of people, and we got pictures taken with other people who spoke Spanish, so really only Olivia could talk to them. But it was a lot of fun, and we held up our little hobo signs, as we like to call them, because we made signs for Cinderella out of cardboard box tops type things with our markers, so we could go around and promote that. And the skills that I learned from talking to people while I was ushering my junior year really helped me with this. So I increased my awareness of my own strength and areas of growth, which was really nice to know that I had a little backbone to walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey, have you heard of the Springer? This is the shirt that we wear. We're awesome. We walk on stilts. You should come see Cinderella." Or I tweeted on my iPad and I liked it, which is the next show coming out, by the way. And have you heard about Springer Academy? And you can learn how to walk on stilts if you're about 7th grade and up. So it was really, really fun to go around and walk on stilts and talk to a bunch of people. And we did this every Saturday. Well, I did this every Saturday. Sometimes Olivia would be sick, and that's when I would call Brooks and be like, "Can you come stilt with me, please? Because I don't want to do this by myself." And thankfully he would show up. So I was very committed to my stilt walking activities, and it was rather nice being able to stilt with a lot of people, and especially Brooks, because he's already like 6 feet tall. So on normal stilts, he's about 7 feet tall, and then Alan and Brooks were both stilting in Cinderella at the time when we got them to come out and help out. And so extended stilts, like I'm 6 feet tall on my stilts. So on extended stilts, I would be about 7 feet tall. Well, Brooks is about 7 feet tall on normal stilts. So Brooks was like 8.5 feet tall on his extended stilts. Like he towered over everyone. I had to look up to him while I was on my stilts. And we definitely got a lot of attention by all of the younger kids who were really our main target, because Cinderella is a younger kid show. And so we would talk to the younger kids, and they'd be interested in our stilts, and that would really help for PR for the Springer Academy, which still is going underway. So stilt walking was an awesome idea, and major new skills developed that I'm sure I'm going to be randomly walking on stilts in college just for the fun of it. So it was really cool to be taller than everyone else for a change. So that's my stilt walking extravaganza of my senior year.